Go to YouTube, you can check us out. I got a bit of a full studio right now. But if you go to YouTube, you can check us out at Widowed, Trio, and Freedom. Widowed, I'm a widowed dad. Trio, you can tell that I'm raising two little boys. That's my trio. And Freedom, I tell these stories to get them out there so people can understand them better. Today, I have Lyle Santos in the seat with me. And we also have Art Chalice just jumping in. He wants to have a few questions, and I'm going to let these guys go for it for a little bit, and then you and I are going to break it down, Lyle. But thank you for being here, man.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I think this is going out. It seems like it. Everything else is going out.
Can this go lower, Rob?
Oh, yeah. Totally. Let's
just
get that going.
Just a tiny bit. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no worries, man. We got you. So, Art.
Yeah.
Thanks for stepping in, man. The reason why I like you to be here, because you know a lot about the history of this place, this SUU place, and especially when it comes to sports and seeing people growing up and out of here and going out to the big bad wilderness. So many people come here with hopes and dreams, and I'm pretty sure that you've seen it firsthand. Like they come, they're going to go for it, and they don't get anywhere. And it's very rare to have that next connection from the next step after college, right?
Yeah, it is, and it just depends on where you are and what your major is, what you're doing. But all over America in college football, it's tough to make the NFL. And so the UFL is and they started up again, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think so. It was the XFL, then the USFL. Now they combined to the UFL, so... Yeah.
And that's where you're at now.
I'm going. That's where I'm headed, yeah.
Oh, man,
next week, dude. Let's go.
That's so, like, I can't.
Hopefully they're going to make a go of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep that going.
Well, there's new ownership now, so I know, I could be wrong, but I know that The Rock and his ex-wife, right, they're the main owners, and I think Fox Sports was a big owner with the UFL as well. Now there's a new owner. Mike Rapoli is his name, I believe. So, yeah, hopefully he can make it skyrocket and, get it to where he wants to, so... I'm sure they have the people to do it for sure. It's
definitely bridging out of Texas, right?
Oh yeah, yep. So I was just telling these guys it's based out of Dallas, Texas. So we'll spend the entire season in Texas or in Dallas, and then every weekend that's where that's when you'll travel. So yeah, it's definitely interesting, but it's cool. I love Dallas. So I've only been there one time for a big offensive line clinic. Of course, it was for football. So it was great though. I love it. I like the heat, so it's all good.
Yeah. I used to live in a place called Garland, Texas, just north of Dallas.
Okay.
It's not a real great place, but it was all right for the first step. Oh, I'm sure you will.
Maybe.
You'd be like, wow, look at this stinker. Nah,
I'm
Dallas.
Sure it'd be cool.
I love Dallas, man. It was one of the first cities that I actually got to explore when I first come to America. And one of the first times I actually went out to a bar, I had a few guys that we were all hanging out with. We go to this one bar, and it's kind of ritzy. And I'm out there. Back in in Australia, used to call me Rooster, right?
Okay.
I get out there, I bust the boogie on the dance floor, and we'll get it going.
Yeah, we'll have to see that one of these days.
You will,
we'll
don't you worry. But I was having a ball, and these big dudes walked in, and we were just checking them out, and there was hot chicks around them. I had no idea, and I'm like, these guys are mini mountains, man.
Yeah.
And then they're all on the dance floor with us, and we're all dancing around, and one of their hot chicks come near me, so I'm like, turning it on.
You were one of the boys,
dude. I was having a go, and this one guy just looked at me, and goes, "Man, you're ballsy, aren't you?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, "That's the Dallas Cowboys. That's their girl." I was like,
dude,
"What?"
That's cool. Yeah, I figured that's where it was going. That's awesome, man.
But they were cool,
it's
once
in a lifetime experience.
They were so cool. Yeah, I got to have a drink with them.
Heck
They were nice
awesome.
guys, man. And honestly, like they weren't out for blood. They look pretty mean, but they're not going to hurt no
guys.
one. Yeah,
that's good.
they were good.
Heck yeah.
So what do you think, Art? How amazing is it to have Lyle Santos? When you first come here 4 years ago, man, you were little.
6 years ago.
Six. Oh,
6
sorry.
years
Thanks for the correction.
Trust me, he was a little wet behind the ears.
A little wet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He was in advanced public speaking that I taught.
Yeah.
All the way back then, probably in 2019 or 18.
No, 2022, I think. That's when I had that class. Yeah,
but
22.
You did the others before that.
Yeah, 100%. First semester was the fall of 2019, so long time ago. Not too common to have athletes play 6 years, but obviously now with COVID and now with the new JUCO rule, you're getting guys that are getting granted their 7th or 8th, 9th year of eligibility, right? It's crazy, but I peaked out at 6, so
I think it's cool to have that, but
for sure,
it's, because it's like I put my schooling on pause for a moment so I can focus on these guys so we can catch up on technology.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the thing that's been held me back. So I could imagine going through such an intense program, you really don't get the school experience as
Like
such.
normal
I mean, you
guys,
guys
yeah.
are always going. You're
Yeah.
always training. You're here at 4 a.m. training. You're
Yeah.
here at late at night.
Yeah.
Getting out of training. That's
Right.
some crazy steps. But coming into this place though, how special was it? Even just to sign the fact that you were coming here.
Dude, it was really special because I went to Arborview High School, as you know already.
Yeah.
Went to Arborview High School, and our football team, some of the freshmen, the JV, and the varsity football team come here for football camp in the summer. It's a live padded camp, and you'll play against other Vegas teams that come up or teams from up north, a few St. George teams, I think Desert Hills and school from Hurricane. But anyways, in 2015, that was my freshman year. That's when SU won a championship. They also won in 2017. So, like, it was a goal for a lot. Dude, we're going to SU football camp. Like, we need to get a scholarship offer there, Wow. That's not everybody's goal, but for guys that really want to do this, that was the goal. So to be here, when I got the offer here, I only got offered here in Dixie State at the time. So it was like, I was going to the Super Bowl. That's how I thought about it. Going to SU, I'm going playing the Super Bowl every day. So I know that sounds weird, but that's just how I looked at the opportunity for sure. So big deal, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's valid, man. Like,
heck
honestly, especially coming from out of school and you're playing there and you're doing good, but yeah, your dad's put a lot of effort into you, huh?
100%.
Like you
Both
guys,
of my parents have, everyone in my family.
Straight, and I've met all of them just about too.
Right after the game,
they support you, man.
Heck
They follow
do.
you everywhere, which is so beautiful to see.
If you guys ever happen to make it out to a game this spring, I'm sure you'll see them. So if they can get off of work, then they're going to be there. So it's definitely awesome. It's a blessing for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Where do all the games get played?
So every team has their own stadium, obviously.
Okay.
So I don't know the name of everybody's stadium.
Sure.
Ours is Inter and Co, I believe. I hope that's not wrong, but I think that's the name of our stadium. But the Dallas Renegades play in the Texas Rangers old stadium, which is where we played Tarleton in 2021. That was our one win of the season, unfortunately, but it'll be cool. I think we play in Dallas as well. So, yeah, the everyone's stadium is in their hometown, and that's obviously the only time we go there. So.
Yeah, and then you're
Exactly.
training in
so
Dallas.
you fly. I mean, we play on Sunday. I'm assuming you fly on Saturday, maybe Friday afternoon. You go, you stay there for the game, and then right after the game, you're back in Dallas.
Back to training.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole league does that.
The whole league does it, yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's different. And I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. So I just recently signed with a new agent, Alex Kaminsky, super cool guy, and he was telling me that the night I got picked up. I was asking him about everything, and that's the first time I found out about that. I was like, what the heck? But whatever works for them, that's what they're going to do. Yeah. So, yep.
Do you want to try with anything here? You want to? I'll let you get your stuff going. And then
I watched him play all the years and did a great job. And that last game was a big one against Utah Tech that you really wanted to win.
Yeah, man.
Of course.
And the football program has been getting better and better again.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the playoff in 13, 15, and 17. And 17, we had a home game in the quarterfinals because we got the bye.
Against Weber?
Yeah,
that's right.
And then we played Weber. And Patrick, the quarterback, had a bad shoulder, and I was doing the game, and I couldn't believe how many times he overthrew passes or just missed on, maybe some of the receivers were missing assignments, but it was a turnaround because we beat them in Ogden 31-18, Weber State, and then when they came here, that was the score of the game. That was the score of the game.
31-18,
about the same. I don't think it was identical, but it just flipped the script. Yeah. And we thought we were going to win and go on to the I think that was the quarterfinals, and they go on to the semis.
Yeah. So when we beat them at Weber, that was to win the conference, right? Or did we share the conference?
Well, we didn't share it with them. We in 17.
Yeah, 17.
We were 7-1, and 3 teams were 6-2.
Oh, okay.
And we had to win
great.
that
That's the
game.
Big Sky for you, though.
Yeah.
We had to win that game to do it. And back in 15, we did beat Portland State. But then we lost to NAU on the last Saturday of the regular season. And I thought, we're not going to the playoffs because we were ahead 10-0. They came back and scored 20 second-half points. This was before you were there.
Yeah.
And then Ricky Mendini, the trainer, called me on the phone, and he goes, all right, we're going to the playoffs.
Let's go. See, that's why it's so cool to me that we're back in the Big Sky. I wish we never left. I know we were struggling, but we could have found a way to, to do it, to make to have success especially with Coach Fitz being the head coach. But no, I'm really excited. You see all the history that we're a part of in the Big Sky. It means something to our program, so
Yeah.
I'm excited for us to be there, man.
Let's talk about Coach Fitz for a second.
go.
You've seen some coaches come through here. I know when he first was, I think someone interviewed him one stage. I've only caught stories of this, right? But so far he's done what he said. He says, he's going to show up and you're going to see us get beat. But then you're going to see us start climbing back, and then you're going to see us start equaling and matching them, and then you're going to start seeing us have those little breaks and those little. And I feel like that's where they're at right now.
Yeah,
and I feel like that started with the end of you guys. It was the last time you were playing with them, and now they're starting to fire. Like I really believe, like, man, he's got something special. That guy, you know what I mean?
Like we said, and I know Fitz probably doesn't even want to hear this, or doesn't like this type of mindset, but like there's, because it's in the past, you know what I mean? No one cares about the past. Even if we were back to back conference champs, no one cares about that. It's a new season.
You're only good as your last game.
Exactly. So like it's all about what you're about to do. But anyways, totally contradicting that. But if you look back at all the games that we lost from 2022, except for Utah and BYU, every game is with either 2 or 3 points or one touchdown. You know what I mean? Or 6 or 7 points. So I think in 2022. We lost, obviously we lost to Utah, and then after that we lost to EKU by 6, lost to Abilene by 2, lost to SFA by 3, lost to Utah Tech by 12, but we had beat them earlier that season. So, yeah, and then the list goes on the 2 years after that, even last year. So I'm hoping that this is the year we can put a full season together and put a full 4 quarters together. So.
That's right. You played Utah Tech twice that year.
Yeah, we did.
And one didn't count on the season.
No, I don't. Well, I think actually they both did, because I think so, because when we first got put in the WAC, there was like 6 teams that left the conference for some reason. Incarnate Ward was one of them, if I can remember. So we played them twice, but it did count though, thank God. So yeah,
nice.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
What about so through the years and you've been around with all the football games and stuff like that? How many have left here and actually continued with a career in football? Whether it'd go higher in the NFL or what have you noticed? Many.
Killebrew was probably the best one. He at graduation he was here. This must have been in 2016 or 17, right in there, and he graduated that year, and then he was waiting to see if he would get drafted, but I don't know if he was drafted in that last round, but Detroit signed him right after.
Wow.
And then he had a career there for quite a few years, and now he's with the Steelers.
Yeah.
And he had a great play. Well, he was one of the defensive players on special teams of the year.
Yeah, he was a captain as well.
He got hurt this year.
He did, yeah.
I was looking for him, and I didn't see him, and then I found out he was hurt. But he's one. And then way back in the 70s, Southern Utah was then SUSC, but Walter Scheid was the one who was from Moab, Grand County.
Is it Justin Walter Scheid?
It's
not
his dad,
him.
Leonard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Leonard Walter Scheid.
Yeah, Justin was my OC my freshman year. It's
Justin,
crazy.
Yeah, Justin. I thought Justin did a great job with the offense.
Yeah. A
And
little
that
complex,
was his-
but it was good, though.
That was his dad, and Walter Scheid, Leonard Walter Scheid, played 8 years with the Bears. But a funny story that he got cut right the last, on the last day of August. They
last
do
day of
their
training
cuts,
camp, yeah.
and they have to get down to a certain amount. And George Halas, the head coach of the Chicago Bears for years, and I'm not sure if he was still the coach or just in the office, but he told them, he said, you can't let Walter Scheid get away. And his reason was because he was the toughest kid in camp. And he was like 5'11", 180 pounds.
Yeah, probably not
maybe.
too much bigger than
Maybe not
his
180,
son.
even soaking wet. But he had a huge psyche about him. He was just focused.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what he was going to do. And he did it.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, there was another guy who played, and I was watching TV at my home in the preseason. And one of our guys, I can't remember. Why can't I remember that?
You're
name?
not thinking of Braxton, right? Braxton Jones?
No, Braxton Jones.
More
he
recent
did
guy.
play. Now, isn't he still in the league?
He's still in the league, yep.
With Chicago?
Yep,
Wow.
4-year starter for the Bears, obviously,
But
this
he
year.
got injured, too.
He did, yeah. Him and I actually had the same injury at the end of – so I got hurt in 23. He got hurt at the end of 2024. I think it was against the Lions, a divisional game. He tore up his ankle, but he came back and played like the first half of the season this year. But I think he had another injury, so they ended up,
He's a
moving him,
lineman,
but
so
yeah, it's how it goes, man.
they're all looking for good
Exactly.
linemen and ones that can really move. Right?
Exactly, yep. And he's the definition of that. I think Braxton ran a 4.97 40 at 300+ pounds. Like, he is an insane athlete. I mean, you don't start 4 years in the NFL at left tackle, for no reason. Like, I always say it, like, same with Miles Killebrew, 10 years in the league. I think he was actually a 4th-round pick. I think he's SU's highest draft pick, I think. Or maybe Brad Sorensen, but
Brad Sorensen was
another one, and LaShawn Sims.
He was the quarterback.
Yep. And, but no, that's what we're talking about. Like, especially someone like Miles Killebrew and Braxton, like, they're unicorns in my eyes. Like,
I love that.
You don't know many people that play 10 years in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, so for him to do that and represent SU that way is so – it's so awesome to see, seriously.
That's funny, brother. You say that. This morning when you text me, because we've been trying to wrestle this down, right?
It's been a minute, yeah.
But I text back. I was almost going to say, thank you, Unicorn. I can't wait to see you.
Let's go, dude.
But it's true. It's I've looked from the outside, and I've just dug into a little bit of your history. I mean, you showed up here. You were so little.
I was.
You were small. You were tall, but you were small. And you just feel. What are you weigh now?
I'm 300 on the dot right now. I was 305 like a week ago, but I don't know. I definitely could be through. I could be 315 if I have to, but I've been running a little bit more, so I'm down at 300. But
and you hit the jump rope
if they need me to be 320, I'll be 320. So
when you get to Orlando, you can go have 3 or 4 steaks and get right back up there.
Heck
right?
yeah, definitely.
I love steaks.
A few steaks might get me to 310, so we'll see.
That's true.
So through the years, then this is rare. He's rare. You are a unicorn.
I guess.
I mean,
not quite a unicorn, maybe not yet, but maybe like
I
did get an opportunity in the NFL, even though it was just I'm not even going to say it was just a tryout, because not a lot of guys get tryouts. There's so many players, Targy Lamson being one of them, that I feel, and not only me, but a lot of people definitely feel like he should have gotten an opportunity in the NFL.
So where is he now?
I'm not sure what he's doing now. I think he's working. I think he's living up north. I'm sure he's doing good, but he's not playing football. But he's a guy I think about all the time that definitely was deserving based off of the success he had in college. Kane and Yarrow as well. So
you'd watch him from the press box, and he just knew how to pick the holes.
Yeah.
And you see some of those pros come up to the line, they're going like this, in the Super Bowl you saw it.
Oh my goodness.
And they only got this much room, and they squeezed through. He was the guy.
Yeah.
He led the WAC in rushing.
Yeah, I mean, the FCS in rushing, I think, SU is back-to-back years had the leading rusher in the FCS, which is so awesome as an offensive lineman. Like, you love that. Like, but, it's awesome. So, but no, back to being a unicorn. I wouldn't consider myself a unicorn quite yet. But even though I did get an opportunity in the NFL with the Raiders, it was a super big blessing, and I know there's a lot of people that would love to be in my shoes in that regard. So I definitely don't take any of this for granted, not for half a second.
No, I think that's part of being the unicorn. You got all the makings there, mate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The thing is, you haven't got the stamp of approval just yet.
Not yet.
But you kind of have.
Yeah, kind of.
You kind of have, because you're moving. You got past that checkpoint, but now you can keep going for a little bit longer, which is phenomenal.
Well, 100%. Brad Sorensen went to the Chargers.
Yeah, got drafted by
And
the
he
Chargers.
was there for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And he was on the practice squad, I think, but he was a backup quarterback. And then it's pretty good, actually. You get paid.
Oh yeah, you get paid great money
on the sideline.
Yeah,
you can't get a better gig than that, right?
No,
You're actually
maybe
playing.
being a starting kicker or a long snapper is a little better, but hey, one of the best kickers in the league. Brandon Aubrey, is that his name, for the Cowboys? He was in the UFL, so he didn't put the UFL on the map, but this year it's like every time I think he broke a record or 2 this year. The UFL was posting about it. The Rams have a kicker that's from the UFL that's sealed the deal on a few games for him, so it's a big deal,
Dude, that's awesome.
He's kicked some long ones, too.
I know. I think that's what I'm saying. I think he set the record. I think it was 64. I don't even know, but 60+, which is insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
don't leave James Kowser out of
the
the
of course. Yeah. I'm about to say, we could
Raiders.
probably both give you a list of guys in the NFL.
With the Raiders.
Isaiah wouldn't be in one of them. Jake Girardi, he got an opportunity with the Chiefs. Isaiah's actually getting back in the league. He, I'd assume he signed a futures deal with the Cleveland Browns, so he went from he went to a few schools before SUU, but he got signed by the Falcons.
He was there for 2 years.
Yep, I think 22 and 23. He got signed by the Falcons, then he got let go, got signed by the Chargers, played a season in the CFL, and now he's back in the NFL with the Browns. So
how long? What was that process? That seemed like a few years then, yeah.
Yeah, so he was. He was in the NFL for preseason, which is still a great part of someone's football journey, right? To
Sure.
play in a preseason game, it's
You're
great.
getting paid.
I'd kill to play in a
You're
preseason
surviving.
game. Exactly.
You're surviving.
And then he got cut right after preseason, then signed with the CFL, played in the CFL for a whole season as a great special teams kick returner and a punt returner. And then, now he's going to be in the NFL, so we're hoping he can, prove himself again and stick around.
Dude, that's awesome.
He had a highlight on ESPN,
Yeah.
even though he was in the Canadian League, with a kick return for a touchdown.
Which is hard.
That was
hard
one of
to
the
do.
longest that season in the Canadian Football League.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, this is crazy. He needs to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
And now they changed the kickoff rules, so it's not
little
quite what it
different,
used to
yeah.
be. Yeah,
At least they still have it, though. That's the
they
main
do.
thing,
But they've done it to prevent some of those injuries to
Yeah.
players that they don't want to lose in a
Exactly,
kickoff
yeah.
situation. But, yeah.
Yep.
And then so Sorensen, Kauser got drafted and ended up being with the Raiders for 3 or 4 years.
He was on Hard Knocks for a little bit, actually,
Yeah.
in 2019. It was cool to see him on the TV.
Yeah. And then he went to China and worked with the NFL in China, trying to develop football there for a while. I don't know what he's doing now, but
He's coaching at he's a D-line coach at Weber, I believe. Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
He coached at Utah
Wow.
Tech for a little bit. I think he coached at Weber, Utah Tech, and I think he's back at Weber, but I could be wrong. But I know he's coaching, so yeah, he doesn't have
Good
long
for
hair
him.
anymore. I think he's actually bald. So when I saw the picture of him, I was like, is that James Kauser? But
Kauser.
That's
Well,
funny.
that's him, yep.
So the
Yeah.
Weber State coach was quoted in the newspaper up there in northern Utah as telling his players, we can't let another Davis County player go to southern Utah. Because look what happened to Kauser. Nobody, I don't know if this is true, nobody recruited him out of high school much.
I believe that. I can see
And
that.
then he came here and became the all-time sacks and tackles leader for the Big Sky.
Man, I
Yeah.
wonder what unlocked it in him. What was
Dude,
it?
he
Finally
started growing
stepping
out
up?
His hair. He had long
Yeah.
hair. Like,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
No,
Samson.
he was a really good player though. Like I said about Fernandez, he made sure you knew like the history of SUU. I don't think anyone knows it better than Art, but
Well, somebody does, but-
somebody out there. But,
But, that's true. But it's great because what happens is when new people come into the athletic department or into football, basketball, and when we had baseball, it's like nothing ever happened before they got
yeah,
here.
no, it can't
But
be
Fitz,
that way.
Fitz is not like that. He
No.
knows.
Yeah,
He has a great knowledge of football and all the stuff that goes on too.
100%.
But I'm happy that he's doing so well right now.
Yeah.
And that 6-0 run after they were 1-5, there are coaches in America that would give their right arm to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because once you're 1-5, everybody's going, "Oh, that
they're
season's
done,
done.
or whatever.
They're
yeah.
cooked. They're not going to be
Yeah.
anything." Yeah.
To come back
Not
out of
the
that.
T-Birds, baby.
Yeah,
No way.
but we haven't been back. But you know what? We did win the championship in '93. They finally put it up on the stadium.
Really?
Yeah,
I've probably seen
1993.
it. Okay.
Well, that was our first year as FCS. The year before, we didn't go to the Division II playoffs because Idaho State tied us here on our field, 10-10 in that game.
Idaho State.
And we were 7-3-1, and back then you had to be about 8-2 to get in. And you see a lot of these schools that were NAIA and Division II are now trying to get into the bowl series
yeah.
because there's more money. But what I was going to tell you is we won it, but guess what our overall record was? 3-8.
What the heck?
But in the conference, we were 3-1.
Wow.
And
Way to count.
we beat UC Davis and their quarterback who had the gold shoes. The kids were all talking about that great quarterback for
The
UC
gray
Davis
shoes.
that had his gold shoes.
Gold
And
shoes,
he went on to play in the Arena League, I think, for
Okay.
a bunch of seasons.
Yeah.
And that's also Poots from
Tyson
Vegas.
Poots, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He played in the Arena League with the Arizona Wranglers, was it?
Okay, yeah.
And he was the most outstanding player that a couple of years ago. I don't know how long, but he played there for quite a while.
Okay.
But he was a great receiver at SUU. And you know what made him even better? Fesi Sataki was on the other side.
Fesi Sataki. Who is that?
He's coaching at BYU now.
Oh, okay.
He was at Weber State, And then
Not Kalani Sitake, Fesi Sitake?
it's Fessy.
Oh, okay.
I
Cool.
don't know how he's related, but Kalani coached here too.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
See,
It's
so there
crazy.
people don't know this all the
Yeah.
time. But Kalani was here for 2 or 3 years.
You know Kalani Sitake? He's a BYU head coach.
Yes.
BYU football head coach. Great
Yeah.
head coach.
And Ed Lamb went there too that year
Yeah.
when Kalani did.
Yep.
And he was the associate head coach. And now he's at Northern Colorado.
Yeah, with Coach Walter Side and
Yeah, and
Coach
Walter
Fernandez.
Scheidt's
Yeah.
there, and Fernandez is there.
It's like the old SU staff is now.
I'm
Northern
I'm
Colorado.
waiting for them to break out of the Big
They
Sky
will.
this year
They will.
because it took him 3 or 4 years to get his program together. The first game was at Air Force in Colorado Springs, and we had a good game against them, but
I
we
think
lost.
so, yeah.
And then we had a player his name escapes me. He had over 20 tackles in the game, which was an SU record at the time.
Wow.
That's
But
insane.
then at 2008, 9, 10, 11, 10 we were in the Great West and we unofficially won it, but we lost to Eastern Washington on that last Saturday in 2010. And boy, Cooper Kupp was
Yeah.
great. It was so fun to watch him in
that's
the
so
Super
awesome.
Bowl.
There was I want to say
There were others
there
too.
was 8. There was 2 guys. So one guy, the Patriots running back, he's from Vegas. I played against him in high school. I don't think I actually played. My school played against him. He went to Centennial. He's a Patriots running back, Ramondre Stevenson. They have a linebacker. I want to say it's Christian Ellis, or I'm not sure. It's one of the Ellis brothers. He played at Idaho. Played against him. Cooper Kupp, obviously. So there's a handful of Big Sky guys that were in the Super Bowl. So that's pretty cool.
Dude, that's way cool.
So I actually broadcast 4 games that Cooper Kupp played in.
That's awesome.
That's
Not many
the
people-
4
unicorn.
seasons.
Some unicorn stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
man.
I mean, and
Well,
so
it takes a different person, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
What my point is getting to that. What I'm saying is you've seen these guys come up and through and take off with that sort of stuff. You know, looking at Lyle over
and
the
all
years.
those guys, I've seen them, and
Yeah.
Same deal, right?
and Lillard at Weber State, the basketball player.
Yeah, Damian Lillard. He's
I-
a huge basketball guy.
For 4 seasons, he was the starter, and then he went to the NBA and made it, and now he's one of the main stars.
Yeah.
They keep moving him around a little bit, but
Yeah.
money, huh?
he was an
He kind
outstanding
of became like
player.
a household name for in the basketball
Yeah.
world for sure.
Okay, so before we let you go, Art, do you have much else to say with Lyle? Or you want to chit chat about it, and then I'll let you go, and then we'll continue this.
Well, Lyle was the heart of the offensive line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a few other guys for
And
sure.
there were other guys. but-
Yeah. Yeah.
And the offensive line never gets enough credit for the running backs and the receivers. And some of those tight ends, though, are good blockers, too. If you have a tight end that can block, you're in biz.
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
Rob
it does.
Gronkowski is a perfect example of that.
Boy, does he
Yeah.
ever. Too bad he didn't come here. But
I don't think we had any tight ends Rob Gronkowski level, but Tanner McLaughlin, he played here.
Yeah.
Tanner's my good buddy. We won't have to dive into that, but he played here and he
Out of
played at
Vegas?
Arizona,
Yeah.
and now he got drafted by the Bengals and spent some time with the Chargers, so his time in the league isn't done. So we've had countless guys from SUU get opportunities.
Just
in
one
the
more
NFL.
story.
Yeah,
There were
yeah.
2
Go ahead.
players for SU when it was SUSC who went to the Seattle team at the time, and Joe Wells, Cedar City High School's kicker, and Dave Malika, who was the quarterback in '89 for SUSC, and they both went to camp, and they made it all the way to the end, and Wells got cut because they brought in another linebacker.
Yeah,
That
they
happens
can
so
only keep
often.
so many.
Right at the end, and they can only have so many. And he and Malika went back the next year and tried it again and got all the way to the final cut. But Joe Wells just got put in the Cedar High Hall of Fame. He was a great
Nice.
player and an excellent guy.
Nice.
And Malika was, I think it was a DB, and then he turned into a quarterback his junior
It's a
and
hell of a
senior year.
transition. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he did it. So anyway,
That's awesome.
if I sit here long enough, I'll think of more names.
Yeah, me
Remember,
too.
Anyway.
as you're heading out, remember to sign that from the show.
Oh
we
yeah,
did
I'll have to
beforehand.
sign that.
Yeah.
Well, that's only a minor problem with the FCC. That's good to see you.
That's good to see you too, man. Thank
And
you
good
so
luck.
much.
I'll be
Seriously.
watching.
I love talking to you, man.
So,
We'll stay in touch for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely
do it.
stay in touch.
I should have had you on mine, but
I
you
know. Maybe
he
one of
can
these
promote
days in the
that.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
in the
Get a
summer or
chance, just
something.
look it up.
I will. I
Time
definitely
Without
will.
on YouTube.
Yeah. Make sure you if you have any football players in your classroom, make sure you
I get it.
Be hard on him, man. You really?
One of them went to BYU and was on the starting.
Kyle Safarchuk? I think it's Kyle or Austin. Kyle and Austin are two offensive linemen that played here. So I think it was Kyle because he's a comm major.
Kyle,
So
right.
Yeah, he's an awesome football
I
player.
don't even know how to say his last name.
Safarchuk, yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yep.
But remember the day we had the shooter supposedly?
Yeah.
Deal? We were over in the new building up on the 3rd floor, and those two said, "We're getting out."
Hey, we're dead on the air. We're dead on the air. We can't do that. We can't hear you, man.
Okay.
Let's keep it going here.
See you, Art.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
See you, man.
It was good.
Appreciate it.
So I didn't start here till 10.
Lyle,
I think so.
tell me
Everything.
Tell me everything. I mean, I've been wanting to pick your brain for a while, but we had to wait until you get certain things happen
Of course,
and lining up, and I think I think we're finally there now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Where you're starting to leverage, but I can only imagine how
You want me to put this on? I can put it
you're
on.
good.
Sure.
I was just checking to make sure we're getting out there good.
Sorry. I'm moving this right.
We sounded fantastic. Thanks, Art.
See you,
You have
Art.
a great one. Cheers, mate. Leaving school, you've done everything you need to do there. Your record is amazing. I read an article that who was it?
Regan Hunsaker.
Regan Hunsaker.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Regan.
Yeah.
He did a good job
He's
on
awesome,
that, man.
dude. I even called him. I was like, dude, thank you so much, because that means the world to my family as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or anybody, especially Sam.
Yep.
Like people that I'm the closest to like for them to read that, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It just means so much to so many people to me. So I appreciate him like crazy.
I'm going to tie this in with this interview.
Okay,
It'll
cool.
be in the description box.
The most recent one, I think.
Yeah, the most recent.
He's
'cause
done so many. He's a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's so. I messaged once I read it. I leaned out to him like, dude, I got to interview you.
Yeah,
we got to talk
dude,
about
have
this.
him.
You know what I
He's
mean?
in here sometimes. I think every coach's show, he sits in here during the coaches show. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to line that up, even just to pick his brain for myself. You know what I mean? I think it's great.
Yeah,
but
he's a successful guy for
he's
sure.
got all your stats, and that'll be in the description box for everyone to go check out later on.
I wish there was a championship ring in there. That'd be awesome, but it's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good. It is what it is.
If you didn't get it yet, it's coming in the future, right?
Yeah, it's coming for sure. If I pray hard enough, it's coming.
Right. So when you're leaving, as you left school, you did a bit of soul searching, I'm sure. You had a few things in the pipeline. What was the first direction? Where were you at?
I remember you and I did that podcast. I think it was the day before Tarleton. Game we should have won. 36-37, one of those games.
I know, man. That was such a hard game.
Could have been better up front. But so we spoke, finished the season. Right after the season, I signed with an agency, AMDG Sports Performance, led by LaCharles Bentley, who was a Pro Bowl center in the NFL. He was basically my agent. He's the head of the agency. John Feinsod was another agent I had, and Sean Laval, who played 9 years in the NFL on the offensive line. So super cool guys, great leaders, great businessmen, a lot to learn from, especially from LaCharles playing the position, playing at the level that we all aspire to play at. So I was represented by that agency. That's where I trained for my pro day, trained with 9 or 8 other guys. One of the other guys that I trained with, his name's Jason Ivey. He went to a HBCU, North Carolina A&T, I think. He's going to be my teammate. He was one of the first offensive linemen drafted to the Storm, so he's going to be my teammate this year, so that'll be cool. But, yeah, man, I trained for my pro day. I got to do, after my pro day, I got invited to do the Raiders local pro day, which there's like 50 guys. I don't even think it was 50 guys. I think it was 35 guys, obviously invite only. So that was a big deal to me, especially for the Raiders. And ultimately, that's what got me an opportunity at rookie minicamp. So got invited to the Raiders rookie minicamp, got invited to the Steelers rookie minicamp, but I could only do one because it was the same weekend. So, yeah, it's all good, but got to do that. And honestly, I know the best days of my life are to come probably when I'm a father one day and I get married, but those 4 days of Raiders rookie minicamp were the best days of my life. Like, it was just a dream come true to be able to put that helmet on. Yeah, I didn't get drafted, I didn't get signed, but I was given an opportunity, and that's all you can ask for. Like, you can't complain that you didn't get drafted or didn't get signed. Like, that wasn't in the cards for you. You didn't earn that. And but I did earn somewhat of an opportunity for sure. And I did my best to take advantage of it. And like I said, it was the best 4 days of my life. So did that, and then obviously I didn't get signed, so that was the crappy part, But I mean, when they had no excuses, but like they had 73 guys there for rookie minicamp. Jalen Smith, who was, I believe, a Pro Bowl linebacker in the NFL, got drafted by the Cowboys, I believe, in 2016 in the second round, was an unbelievable player in college at Notre Dame. was a really good player in the NFL for the Cowboys, and he's had, a series of injuries the last few years, so he ended up as a tryout guy for the Raiders at rookie minicamp, and it's like, that's my competition, a veteran linebacker in the NFL who's also here as a tryout guy. But anyways, I did that, had a great time, learned a bunch from the coaches and my teammates for those 4 days, created some friendships that hopefully I can have for the rest of my life. And after that, I worked for a little bit. So I moved out to California where Sam's dad is, Jim. Shout out to Jim and Cara, great people. I love them to death. Also extremely supportive to Sam and I. Anyways, they knew my situation. Like, after rookie minicamp, the goal is to at least get a workout with an NFL team, whether it's the Raiders, the Steelers, any NFL team. So I was continuing to train by myself. I would run, lift, do field work every single day. Not all three of those things every single day, but I was trying to get better every single day, stay ready, just in case an opportunity came up. And during that time, I was doing some side jobs for Cara, who's got her own construction company, which is awesome. I was doing a few side jobs for her, nothing crazy. I was mainly just assisting her superintendent. So I did a little bit of construction type work for like 4 to 5 weeks, and then saved up some money, moved back to Arizona to keep training for, again, another opportunity. That's the thing, like, I could have given up on this right after rookie minicamp because it's not common that tryout guys get signed again. And, I could have easily gave in to what most people, think, or what you hear from people like, oh, well, now you gotta get a job, or, oh, now you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, they give you that look like, oh, what are you going to do now? And I'm like, I'm going to keep working right now, man. Like, I got an opportunity. I mean, I've proved, like, in college that I can play at a high level, you know what I mean? And, of course, I need to get better. I need to get better at everything when it comes to football. But, I knew, like, I truly believe, and I continued to pray and manifest that I was going to get an opportunity in the UFL because I knew it was a thing. Like, all right, I got my shot in the NFL. It didn't work out. What's the best way to get back in the NFL, or the best way to continue to play professional football? And I knew it was with the UFL. So, yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling a lot, but like,
it was great.
But yeah, man, I continued to work out. I moved back to Arizona to train with the agency, AMDG Sports, but they ended up, wanting to go a different direction, so they're no longer representing me. But I'm with another agent, which is I got in touch with through Fit, so really thankful for that. But yeah, man, and then continued to train in Arizona. Then I moved back here. I was working at the car dealership detailing cars. Shout out to Dave Morris and Xander Morris's son, everybody at Tri-State. Great people. Worked there, and then the last month I've been helping out coaching the weight room. So, and then January 13th is when I got drafted to the Storm. So, yeah, and then now I'm leaving next week, ready to go.
January 13th.
Yeah, January 13th.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, that you just unpacked a whole lot, right?
Yeah, a lot.
And a couple of things. Yeah, a couple of things that sort of tweak out to me is you're looking, you go into these camps, mm-hmm. and you get you're going into it, you're like, what? I get a chance.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, so I actually did. So in November. So when I moved to Arizona, I knew about the UFL showcases, which were like tryouts. And I found out about them in the summer, so I knew, okay, at least that's what I have to train for. Obviously, in the back of my head, I'm going to get an opportunity one way or another, and I have the showcase that I need to get ready for. So I did the showcase in November 9th in Arizona for the UFL, and essentially that's what got me drafted when Coach Beck called me, Anthony Beck, our head coach who actually played 11 years in the NFL. When he called me, he had mentioned that, we saw you participated in the Arizona showcase, and you caught our eye, and it was enough to want us to give you an opportunity in the UFL. So that's essentially how I got drafted, on top of having a good college career. But yeah, man. So sorry, I kind of cut you off.
No, yeah. That's super interesting.
You said camp, so that's why I was like, oh shoot, UFL camp, the showcase.
When you go into those things, you're riding high, you're coming into it, you're working out, you're probably at the best point of physicality.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
You hit it hard, and that alone, I mean, that's better than any hookup, really, because if they saw you doing what you're doing, and you got it off your own merit of doing things that you do,
mm-hmm.
I mean, like that's half the battle. I know a lot of guys, fair enough, they might be as good in training, things like that, but
mm-hmm.
sometimes they just get green lit because who they are, you know what I mean,
exactly.
and who they played for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's such a big deal,
mm-hmm.
it's to open doors is super mega hard.
Yeah, it is.
So coming in through that. and you go do these camps, and then you leave, and so you ride high, you're coming down. You got so many ups and downs, right?
Exactly, yeah, a lot of mental adversity. But at the end of the day, like, especially when I was in California, because that was right after rookie minicamp. This past from a cinnamon roll I ate earlier. Shouldn't be eating cinnamon rolls, but so this past 6, 7, 8 months for me is the longest I've ever went without playing football. Like, football has always been in my life. The last almost coming up on the last 20 or 16 years I've played football. I played football for 16 years nonstop. It's been, it means absolutely everything to me. I love football. It's such a big part of who I am, which, some people say you shouldn't let your sport define who you are, but I want that though. Like, I love football. I love being able to say I'm, still playing and stuff like that. So, without football all this time, it was definitely tough on me mentally, especially like I said, when I was in California. It's like, dang, I'm working now. I don't have a team to go lift with. I don't have a team to go do a competition with. I don't have practice. Like, it can kind of mess with your mind, especially when you feel like you deserve to be somewhere. But everything happens for a reason, and it's got me to where I am now. So it's all part of the process. And like you said, it can be mentally draining a little bit, but it's all good. Yeah.
How do you keep positive in those moments? Because that's exactly what I was touching on. What you just touched on it. Like, it's the low, and you don't even think about it until it's like, whack. Yeah. There is no team here. There's doing nothing. A job, and I don't know what's coming in the future, but you still have this mega goal of creating who you want to become in the league. You know what I mean?
Right.
And honestly, man, when people say you shouldn't immerse yourself, I challenge that, man.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you look at people like Coach Fitzgerald and things like that. He doesn't stop.
No.
He doesn't stop with what he loves.
Never, ever.
And even if you make it to the top tier of the leagues and win a Super Bowl,
it's only just the beginning almost for you. Like, it's just like I was thinking, like, with this stuff, you can't just dip a toe. You got to dive in. I heard Max Crosby, the defensive end for the Raiders, say that to the group, like, don't dip a toe, just dive in. But, like, I feel like that's how you should be in life. If you want something that bad, and I'm not going to talk like I'm some, seasoned vet and I've accomplished all this stuff, because I haven't yet. But, like, I feel like if you want something that bad, you're going to find a way to do it. And to answer your question, I just continue to have hope and have trust in God that, like, I feel like I'm meant to keep playing football. This is what I'm good at. I feel like this is what – there's so much more God put me on earth to do, but I feel like being a football player is one of them, And, man, I just continued to believe that something was coming. That's it. That's what kept me going. Like, I just had this, like, insane belief almost that I knew I was going to get an opportunity. But at the same time, I'd still have thoughts of, like, man, maybe this is it. Like, maybe God doesn't want me to play football anymore. You know what I mean? Like, maybe my college career and the Raiders rookie minicamp was it. Thank God it's not. But yeah, man, I just even when I was like super positive, like around Sam, like, Sam's been with me every single step of the way. I love her to death. Like, she's been my rock through all this ever since I met her. She's been the most supportive, selfless, caring person in the world. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, Sam is literally, like I said, she's my rock. She's my everything. And she's been with me through all the highs and all the lows, like the highest highs and the lowest lows, from getting that phone call from John Feinsod saying, hey, the Raiders invited you to rookie minicamp. Like, boom, let's go. Like, I didn't care what it was. Like, I get to go put a helmet on and go hit somebody, And, the times where we're just kind of struggling, trying to get through it, stay on our feet a little bit. She's been with me all the way. So having a support system around you like that definitely helps you stay positive. But no, man, just really believe in manifesting. I talked about that a little bit last time with you. Like, I'm a big believer in manifestation as much as prayer, no matter what, like, whatever you visualize the most, if you want some and you continue to work at it, then it'll come up one way or another. Maybe not for everybody, but if you're lucky enough, it will. So yeah, no matter what, I just try to try my best to stay in shape.
I love that. We when my kids are on the weekend, right?
Touch the on boys.
That, right?
I love those guys.
We're hanging out. We're doing some art projects and things, and we got I've got an array of whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, oh, can we build this? Can we build? So you can do whatever you want to do, but what I want you to do is I want you to look at one of those things, and which one do you have the vision for?
Yeah.
And they're like, what? Like,
yeah. Okay. What are you talking about?
You know when you're going in to choke someone out, you know the step ladder of persuasion before you can get to that point. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. So you got to see that you can physically do that before you can do it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's great that you're telling them that now.
I know.
How old are they again?
Dude, 10 and 8.
10 and 8. Like, if I would have known that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude.
They're in MMA right now.
Yeah, I know. They've been in MMA for a while.
No,
we're going to have to test them out.
This is only the
last year, right?
Yeah, they got last year. Yeah, they changed
You were starting it, I think you said you were starting to put them in MMA at towards the end of 2024, I think,
that's when
right?
that's when I was wanting to get them into it. But now they're learning striking, they're learning all sorts of things.
Putting you
now,
down soon.
Yep.
Dude, that teep to the belly might put you down.
Yeah, we've been rolling.
That's awesome, fun. Dude. Yeah.
But it's for them to see that, to have that vision and to hold that vision. I said to them, don't do any of these things unless you know you can finish it.
Exactly.
Right, and that finish comes with a vision, and that's the vision you got to hold on to.
Yep.
So I appreciate you even bringing that up.
Of course, yeah. You just hear people in life like, you don't want to do something like as far as your career. And I know not everybody's situation is the same. Some people out of high school have to work, to start looking for a job. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really lucky and I'm really blessed to be in the position I'm in to where I could continue to keep training and put all my time into working out and staying in shape. That's why I bring up Jim and Cara, because Sam's dad and stepmom, that they're helping me out just to stay afloat and stay on my feet and to help me chasing my dream, essentially, right? Like, they were making sure when we moved out to California, like, okay, we have the weights downstairs, we have the levee that's got the hill that you can run on, you can do your field work back there. There's just this gym in Oakley, there's this other gym you can go to, like, just helping me out any way possible, So, but like I'm saying, everyone's got different, lives and different things they got to do, but I think the main thing is to chase what you really want to do. Like, the 9 to 5 will always be there, and I have no disrespect to a 9 to 5. Sure. Both of my parents work in the post office. They work their butts off, Like, I see the work. It never ends, and it never ends. That's something else Jim would always tell us. Jim would be leaving for work at like 4 a.m. and sometimes I'd be up because not sometimes, like 2 times I was up at that time, and you could always hear him like, it never ends. Like, every day you got to get up and go to work, but hopefully you're doing something that you love. That's what I was getting at. You want to do something that you love, so it's not really work. It's just you're doing what you love. So. No,
I mean, it sounds like even just that,
like what you're doing, like,
oh man,
you know what I mean?
I'm grinding.
But you're grinding, yeah.
But that's okay, and I'm okay with it.
Exactly.
I've allotted an amount of time for me to get on my feet with it.
Exactly.
I'm producing 2 other shows. Art Chalices, we do his as well. It's called Time with Art. And also doing the basketball coaches, Uncle D's Basketball Life.
Okay. And Uncle D's Basketball Life. I like that.
So I'm nowhere near other people doing this stuff, but I'm getting there. You know what I mean? And it's the biggest thing now is right now I just did a big push, helping a friend doing a bathroom, and that's coming out good. So they bought me some equipment to be able to run with this.
Nice.
So I just
good for you, man.
Putting it together.
I'm proud of you as well. Even though I haven't known you that long, I respect what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're chasing it.
You see me. Everything you see me do.
Exactly. You're chasing it. Exactly. It's all
nothing.
passion.
Yeah.
Like, it's all for the love of what you do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's very respected. It's so easy. And like I said, I say this as like, I'm only 24. You know what I mean? Like,
but you've
to some, exactly. Like, especially in my football career. But I just realized, like, everything you want is on the other side of hard. Like, Sam, she's in law school right now. Like,
oh man,
dude, and she also works for a stepmom as a project coordinator for the construction company. And like, dude, like, all the work I saw Cara do, I hope they watch this. I'm sure they will, but, like, I respect that. But, like, everything you want is on the other side of hard. Like, that's why unicorns to me are, like, 1%ers. Like, there's a reason why there's only, like, a few amount of people that, have, like, a bunch of success because they put the time in. Like, they sacrifice so much,
Yeah.
But I don't know where I was going with that. Like, everything you want is on the other side of hard. Yeah. Exactly.
On that note right there, I tell my boys all the time, right? You go to school, they get in trouble, and I find out why'd you get in trouble. Oh, this kid was, so you're a sheep now. This kid was doing, you had to do it.
Sheep.
That's all I do is, oh, mate.
That's good. Good.
They lose it.
Yeah, they hate that.
And they
I'm going to do that to him next time.
Do it. You really should. You watch him look at you.
They're going to charge at me or something.
No, but maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
But they'll get it because they say, like, they've asked me, this is a little while back when I did the sheep thing. And they looked at me. I said, "What are you, a sheep or a lion?" And they were, "Oh, we're a lion." It's like, okay, well, do you know what lions do?
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, what do they do?" I said, "Usually when everyone's going one way, they'll go the other way."
Exactly.
And they'll cut them off and they'll meet what they need to do.
Right. 100%.
But I said, if I could show you anything out of my life, right? And I tell my kids all the time, don't do what I've done. I've done everything the hardest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can do it better, go right ahead.
But that's also what's made you the man that you are, going through the hard path.
Dude,
like
everything with the hard path, it's the one it's going to stay there. It's the foundation.
Exactly.
Anything that's come fast to me has come and gone.
Right.
She comes, she goes,
yeah.
Here, done. No
Yeah.
more, no
you're,
good.
You're running your own race. Like, some people's path in life is, so I'm sure there is some people that just have a straight path. You know, not everyone's is like this, but the guys that do have this path, sometimes they come out better in the long run. So
yeah, I think the ones that have got the most winding path, like someone like myself, is because I've been shooting from the hip for so many years. You know,
Exactly.
trying to maybe I work here, I'll get my money. Yeah, that's the worst place to start. Is where can I find my money? Where can you help? You know
exactly.
What I mean? What is innate to you that brings you to life?
As
right?
you know, as much as more money is very important, especially in this
Sure.
day and age, like, there's just more to it, especially when it comes to your career path and what you want to do, you know? But
I believe in...
And I know I'm figuring that out, but that's just
yeah.
what I've heard and what I believe in.
I think that the difference between someone like yourself and someone like me is the fact that you've been like a dog with a pit bull, like a pit bull with a bone, and you've seen the end goal. So from 8 years old, your dad's just been, hey, let's do this, and your mum's been there, hey, check this out, check this out, check this out. And all the way through, they're not saying, oh wow, look at those guys.
No.
All the way through, they're like, that's where you could be right there.
Exactly.
You could be doing this. So they're helping you see that vision unpack,
exactly,
unravel.
100%. And my mom, you know, she doesn't have the biggest football mind, right? She doesn't know a lot of, like most moms don't know too much about football. She's just watching me. She's just trying to find me. Did we win? Because when we'd lose, that would break my family's heart too. Like, I hate losing to Weber 62-0 and like having my mom and dad watch. You know what I mean? I don't want my family to watch that. Like, that pisses me off, dude. Like, but that's what drives you in the off season, which should. But anyways, my mom, even though she doesn't know that much about football, she's still super supportive, and she, at the end of the day, she just wants the best for me, whether it's football, whether it's coaching, being a motivational speaker or something, like firefighter, whatever. Those are just random things, but like, she just wants the best for me. She just wants me to be happy. She wants me to be successful. She doesn't want me to, you know, as much as you need to embrace struggle in your life, your parents don't want to see you struggle. You know what I mean? They want you to, you know, be happy and live a great life. And that's the same way my dad is. But my dad knows a lot more about football. He's a diehard football fan. He's a diehard Rams fan. Like,
Rams, hey.
He hated to not see
the Rams.
Yeah, go Rams. My dad will probably throw this on while he's working. But no, I love my parents to death. Same for everybody in my family. My brother Adrian, who just had another baby, a baby girl. He's got 2 babies now. My brother's a father of 2. He got married in the summer in Long Beach, California. That was after rookie minicamp, so it was nice to kind of decompress a little bit after that. But yeah, my brother's got 2 babies. He's texted me a bunch about, you know, what's to come. You know, asked me what's up with the Storm and stuff. And my sister, she's grinding in nursing school right now, but she's also still super supportive. And both of my grandmas, everybody in my family, all my aunts and uncles, all my cousins, everybody in my family is just so supportive and has helped me get here. Same with Sam. Like, I could go on for hours about Sam, hours about everyone in my family too, you know, especially, I do want to shed light on this. So my uncle Sin, he's my Auntie Sarah's husband. So my Auntie Sarah is my mom's sister, Kristen's sister. So he's my non-biological uncle, but he's been in my life, you know, for forever. And he's a dentist. So he's also very successful. He's got his own practice in Vegas, Elite Dental. So a very successful person. And I just always try and learn a lot from my Uncle Sin as much as I can, even though there's not a lot of common ground with, you know, what he does and what I want to do. I still want to learn from him any way I can, whether it's financially, about, you know, just being successful, you know, anything. And what's funny is, like, my uncle's always had a big, beautiful house. You know, it's always the spot we go to as a family. You know, he's got this big, beautiful yard, especially right now. They have an awesome house, big old pool. They have a bunch of turf in the backyard. And that's actually, I spent hours on that turf doing football, like working my footwork. Hours on that turf, Rob. Like, just as much time as I've spent in the pool, I've spent just as much time on the turf working my sets. Like, I swear, man, like, I've spent so much time perfecting my craft on that turf in his backyard. But through all, like, the materialistic things, like, you know, like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, seeing all the nice stuff my Uncle Sin has been able to give to his kids and give to us and our family, it takes work to get that, though. I see the work through that. Does that make sense? Like, It might sound a little cringe, but, like, if you want that for your future family, not that that kind of stuff matters, you know what I mean? Like, it's materialistic at the end of the day. But, like, if you want that life, like, it takes so much work. And that's kind of what I learned from the most from Uncle Sin is just, like, if you want that, if you want the success he's got, if you want that cool truck out there, if you want, you know, this pool your kids and their friends can come over or swim at, like, you got to earn that. Like, you got to go get that. Like, it's out there for you. You just got to go take it. And he did that in dental school and, you know, in his undergrad, you know. So, like, I take a lot away from Uncle Sin, and I appreciate him like crazy. I know we were on a tangent about, you know, support and stuff, and having my Uncle Sin in my life has been huge for me. And, yeah, I can't thank my family enough for everything they've, you know, helped me with. And, yeah.
No, I think that's great. It like what jumping in that rabbit hole there alone. You're going into football. He's a dentist.
Yeah.
The thing that I suppose what his probably message to you is, you know, enjoy the grind.
Yeah.
The process of getting to where you're going to do a whole lot of that before you get somewhere.
Right.
Most people, man, especially when I was doing, like, not really going for anything, not really pushing myself in life, but hey, I'm going to work a 14-hour day because I really, really want to buy that stereo system or something garbage that I didn't need. You know what I mean?
But you did need it in that moment.
I did.
Yeah.
That's what life does, though, right?
Exactly.
What life looks at you and says, whatever you want to do, I'll give it to you, but I'm going to make you work for it. So if you're going to cut corners, it's not going to come to you strong or solid. It's just going to be that, and then you're going to move on to the next thing, and you're just going to be flailing around. So I like yourself, like your uncle, challenge, man. Anyone out there, man, just that little thing that you've done and you forgot about eating, you know, and you're just like, man, I just glued this model house together and it's the best house I've ever done, and maybe that turns into architecture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Something will come too. Yeah, you have to feed the beast. That's what it is, right there. Feed the beast.
Otherwise, the beast will go get food, and it'll take you with it, and it'll take you all over the place.
Right.
The other thing, if you got nothing out there and you don't really know what to do or what, okay, great, that's okay too. And don't think you're not a part of the group, right? The one thing is you haven't found your legs yet.
Yeah.
Go help people. Just go help as many people as you can, and don't even think twice about whether what you're doing is going to benefit you or not. It already is, and you don't understand it on a psychological level. It's in your head, and it's unraveling in parts that you don't understand.
100%.
You know what I mean? So if you don't have nothing, that's going to come,
right,
and you're going to learn. You're going to learn
clip
about
that.
Yeah, maybe
you need to have a clipper in here somewhere that clips little stuff like that.
Yeah, that's called me later on in the edit.
Yeah,
which I need to do more of.
Exactly.
But it's great that he's able to help you and share that view, that vision, because man, people just don't have that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like as much as I'm not perfect, right? Like, I complain. I cry about stuff all the time where it's like, dude, shut up. Like, what are you complaining about? You know what I mean? I feel like I live a great life. Yeah, I've had adversity in my life from when I was a kid till now. We've all experienced adversity in different ways, but that's why I feel like I'm the luckiest person in the world, because of all the people I have around me, the mentors I have from my family, from my dad, all four of my uncles, all the father figures, especially in my family. Sam's dad, like, I'm talking about like the men in my life that have like helped me, that like Sam's stepdad, Keith. I love Keith, man. He's the man. Same with her mom, Tracy. You know Tracy. Like, I have a lot of solid people around me, including yourself, that like make me realize how lucky I am. Because like you said, some people don't have that. Some people don't have an Uncle Sin in their life, or someone like my dad to bless me with football and, let me go run with it and help guide me there. And I'm so lucky. Not everybody has 50 plus people coming to their senior night. Like, it's a huge blessing. So sorry, I've been messing with that a bunch.
You're good. No, we're good.
Yeah, man.
The having the structure is great to have you around you. There's no doubt, no here nor there about it. The one thing is you could I dare say someone could drop bombs on you, like life could drop bombs on you, and things could be bad, and you could lose half the stuff that you have. The one good thing that you have going for yourself is you know how to touch that third rail, right? And that third rail for you is football. Bang. You know, if something happened, you lost your contract and everything else, but you did have some glimpse of hope or a glimpse of shining there.
Exactly.
Where people are still talking to you, well, what is he doing now? What is he going to do?
Yeah.
And you're not the type of person that's going to go work at a car yard, maybe sell a couple of cars, make this money and get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Because you know what it's like to have your hand on that pulse.
Exactly.
You've got to stick with that.
Exactly. And it's hard, like, it's just at the end of the day, it's what you do with the opportunity. I feel like I have a golden opportunity in front of me. Like our head coach, Anthony Beck, we've had 3 Zoom meetings the last few weeks, and one of the first things he said was, like, there's 5,000 plus guys that want to be in your position right now. Like he was saying, every single day I have agents, players blowing up my phone. I was that guy blowing up coaches' phones on Instagram, Twitter, like doing the most extra stuff, like to find, their contact info. So I realize how lucky I am to have this opportunity, and I know I said that a while, and I feel like I've done my best at preparing for training camp coming up. The best thing I can do is just be in the best shape possible, and as an offensive lineman, that shape is different from what most people think. But I'm as strong as I've ever been. I'm healthy. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to compete. I'm ready to hit somebody. I'm ready to put my hands on someone, and whether that first hit is good or bad, it'll be nice to just feel that
get
again.
Back into it.
That might sound a little crazy, but for football players, they know, like, once you get that first hit out of the way, you're like, man, this is my element. This is where I'm supposed to be, regardless of how hard it is. So whatever my career is going to be, whether I can be that ultra unicorn and that 1%er and I can make a career out of football, or it's, coaching or whatever it may be, I'm 10 toes down, 2 feet into playing football, and I'm going to give this organization, the UFL as a whole, absolutely every ounce of my being, like I always have with football. I'm going to do my best to have, the greatest practice, the greatest lift, the greatest meeting session, greatest training session. You know what I mean? I'm all into this, and it's just up to God. It's up to the football gods whether or not this is what I'm going to do for my life or not. So I don't know where I started with all that, but like. I'm sure when we watch it back, I'm sure it'll make sense. But no, man, I'm so excited for this opportunity, and I'm gonna make the most of it. I'm gonna make it last for sure.
It's okay. So we've already established that you're foolproof when it comes to. I mean, you went to California, had no one around you. But the team that
except for Sam, and her family,
Sam, I mean, shout out to Sam, man. She's
yeah, I know.
Person,
like I said, I can talk to Sam. She loves you too. You talked to her too, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
You talked to her like 3 weeks after our convo.
Yep.
I think it was like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
it was great.
I kicked myself a bit. I don't know. Maybe I got my point across. But when she came in, she was telling me about how she wanted to go do a law degree.
Yeah, dude.
And then she wants to do like into the prosecution of bad people and all that. Yeah. So I was like.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, I'm like, Sam, you're way too nice for that. You're gonna ruin.
Dude, she's got her switch for sure.
Yeah,
no one sees it but me. No, I'm kidding.
It's not only that. You got to see. You watch her when she plays. I mean, she played college
ball,
and my goodness,
I love it, man.
And when that's a different Sam at that point.
Oh yeah,
that's a Sam that's gonna.
You see her at the games. You don't see her. She's going crazy.
Yeah, across from where I see you guys.
I love you, Sam. But I was telling her at the game, I was like, babe, like. Relax, but it's her mom. Her mom's the head coach. If my mom or my dad was coaching a team, I'd be screaming too. She's got skin in the game. But yeah, she's a legend, man. I love Sam.
Yeah, I see you over there. You're chilling, usually eating something.
Yeah,
she's like this at the end. Just see
those chips. Shout out Cafe Sabor. Sorry, no free shout outs. My bad.
No,
but dude, their taco. I could have eaten one. The taco with the chips dude. That taco was unreal, man. That was the best taco ever.
That was funny. That day I was rushing to get there, man. I had nothing in my belly and I was so hungry.
I pulled up with the chips. You were like, yeah. I was so glad you said yes because I didn't want to carry them. But like 2 minutes later, I ended up getting another taco, so I actually had the chips with me. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Heck yeah, they are, dude.
I'm totally down. No, I appreciate that. So yeah, to have Sam in your corner, I mean that's half the battle, man. It's like. For me, myself, I'm looking and there's some people that are interested and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You can't take me where I want to go. and that's all there is to it, and there's some
maybe really that's the time where you can dip your toe in a few things. Just try and, see what's up. Because like you said, you want someone that's going to bring the best out of you and help.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just help you, but help each other grow and help each other become successful and, be meaningful in the world by helping people like you're saying. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a no. Well, I think I know the direction what I want to go with what I'm doing with the boys and all that sort of stuff. Honestly, man, I want to homeschool them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I know you're saying that. Yeah,
I want to pull them out. I want to get them going. But the way how I want to do it, I want to get a nice RV and get it set up pretty decent so we can live in the thing. And just go travel and film as much as we can.
Anytime if you happen to get stuck at all, let me know. I'll get my sled work in by pushing the RV out. For
I hope I never get stuck at it.
I don't think I'd push that, but that's good for you, man. Sam's actually mentioned that before about our kids one of these days. About doing homeschooling, just because you don't. I mean, it's a different world now. I don't know what that life is like to have kids, send them to school. It seems scary to me.
Yeah, I've been doing lots of interviews with people that are doing it right now, and I've been just not on here, but just like for me myself. You. Hey, tell me about this. What is your kids like? Yeah. And I interview their kids, and there's one family that they had a kid left school, went homeschooling and got bored and went, let me go back to school. And they went back to school and they hated it because all their time was wasted. Because everyone I talk to, they do like 3 or 4 hours at the max on hard studying, and the rest is building cool stuff or learning how this and learning how that.
And it's not like your kids don't do anything outside of that. Excuse me. You're putting them into mixed martial arts. They're doing fun things. Like just like for me, like I obviously did, gain a lot of friendships from being at school, but like I also played football. Those are the relationships I still have to this day, through playing football. So I feel like, like I said, I don't know about that life yet, but I think homeschooling your kids it can be super beneficial. It could be better in a way, so. But I'm excited for you, man. That'd be awesome if you can do that.
I'm nervous.
Teacher Rob, Mr. Birdsey.
So I started another channel, like I was telling you, right? So Walkabout Birdsies is called, right? Okay. So the premise of that is to do a walkabout in the Aboriginal land of things is usually you're kicked out of the tribe or whatever the case is. You go find yourself. You go do a walkabout. You come back. Sometimes you come back. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm here doing my thing, and I figured if I could twist that so maybe my boys can get involved. They really want to be involved, and they're happy to come and film stuff and do things like what we can do.
Let's go.
So that's why I want to come and film you guys.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so like I said, I've been doing there's a training program that the UFL sent out to us a while ago, one of the UFL strength coaches. So obviously I've been doing that, and it's hard work. But at the end of the day, like that's what I tell all the guys now in the weight room. Like not all the guys, but especially some of the offensive linemen I hang out with and I'll do extra work with. It's like college football training's hard. Like it's really hard. It's meant to break you and mold you into what you need to be to go play football for 4 quarters, And it's almost like you have to earn the not so crazy workouts, because the workouts I'm doing now, they're great, especially the field stuff. It's great. I feel great. My body feels great afterwards. But like in high school or when you're training in college, like every training session has to be like an absolute grind, and it's got to be hard, that's just how it is. So, but we'll do some fun stuff for sure. Friday would be a good day for sure. It's more skill oriented conditioning, so you can see like how the skill work transfers to like the real. So
absolutely, we'll definitely have a go.
Yeah, let's go.
So
6 a.m. No, I'm kidding. Not 6 a.m.
I'll be there. No
I know you'd be there. The boys would be a little tired, but I know they'd be there as well.
Yeah. Okay, so you get 13th of January.
Yep.
Right? Your phone blows up. What's going on? Tell me about that.
So it's kind of a long story, but we got time. We got time. We got time. So with the UFL draft, it was broken up into 3 days. The first day was for UFL veterans, or your veterans to is veterans and veterans the same thing?
I think it is. Yeah, just depends how you say it.
Oh, Sam's going to hate hearing the north. Boneheaded stuff. Anyways, all the UFL vets, that was the first day of the draft. To get all the players that used to play in the UFL that have played the last few years in the UFL, they had number one priority, obviously, right? And then the second day was a quarterback draft. And then the second day was the free agent draft for guys like myself. 2025 NFL draft eligible players, which was me. 2025 NFL training camp players, which wasn't me. Training camp, not rookie mini camp. And then top UFL showcase players. So I was like, all right, like I'm a part of the draft then. Like I was a 2025 NFL draft eligible guy, and I feel like I was a top showcase player in Arizona, which, like I said, it got me this opportunity, which I'll get into. But anyways, day 2 comes around. We weren't in the weight room that day. All we had was a 4 p.m. Conditioning day, so I had most of the morning off. But I was working at the dealership, so I was detailing cars and stuff, which I enjoyed doing. And the whole day, I'm just kind of waiting. And keep in mind, like, I'm not represented by AMDG. The agent that I have now, Alex, I wasn't signed with him, but I'd been talking to him and some other guys, and I was just hoping for a phone call the whole day, just praying and, doing my best to stay positive, because when you're super negative, that's what you're putting out there. Like, if you're like, I'm not going to get nothing, I'm not going to get a shot. Like, they're taking all these big school guys, they're taking all these past NFL guys, like, I'm not going to get a shot. Then you're putting that out there. That's the opposite. That's bad manifestation. So the whole day I was just...
I have something for that, just quickly.
Yeah.
The thing that you should say to yourself at that time is, what have I done to get here? I just got to do that.
Okay.
You just got. I mean, you've already earned your stripes, and you're there.
And that doesn't end either. What have I done to get here?
Yeah.
Okay,
and that never stops. So count your blessings in a sense. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah. But anyways, man, I'm working, hoping for a phone call, and I'm keeping up on my phone the whole day, like barely even working. I'm just looking at my phone. And I saw that they got done with the they did it like a snake style, to where the offensive linemen were the first players they drafted in day 2 and day 1. They did offensive linemen, all 8 teams, 8 picks. Then they got to skill guys. Then they got to specialists, whatever it was. But I knew, obviously I didn't get drafted in the first round of offensive linemen, but I knew they had the open round, which was still the draft, obviously. They had the open round, and I was like telling myself, you know what? Like that's probably where I'm going to get drafted. Knowing me, I'm probably going to be the one of the last picks. Like, not that that's like some pity stuff, but it's just part of my story. I feel like, like being that type of like underdog type. Even though there's first round picks, I can be underdog. Anyways, and the day went on, didn't hear anything, and what's so weird, you'll probably think this is so weird. My phone, so I got a text from this guy who works in the indoor football league, the arena league. He works for the Jacksonville Sharks. Super cool guy, Anthony. And he texts me this meme. And the meme was kind of like, I told you so meme, maybe saying like, now you're going to come play in the IFL. So I just sent him back a question mark, and he starts sending me all these links from Twitter saying that I got drafted. Not just saying me that I got drafted, but he sent me a link of like different posts that were saying that the UFL draft of day 2 has been completed. Here are all picks from all 8 teams. And the first one, I was on there. I was at the last half of the list. It said Lyle Santos, offensive guard, Southern Utah for the Orlando Storm. So I see that. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I haven't got any phone calls. I haven't got any texts, no emails. Like, none of the agents I'm talking to have hit me up. And I'm like, is someone messing with me? And then he sends me like 2 other links. And as he sends me them, I get tagged in like 2 of these like super low-key Instagram posts saying, congratulations to Lyle Santos on being selected by the Orlando Storm. And I'm like, I'm sitting with Sam like, what? Like, someone's messing with me right now. Like, genuinely, that's what I was thinking, just because I didn't get a phone call. Like,
nothing was official.
What kind of league is this? You know what I mean? But no, I'm just kidding. But nothing was official. And then after I get tagged in those posts, after Anthony's texting me, he sends me those 2 links. From there, I was like, all right, like I got to call somebody about this, like, more than just Sam and my family. Like I called Alex, and I was like, hey man, like online saying I got drafted, but like I didn't get a phone call or nothing. And he was like, just send me the links that you're seeing. So I sent him all the posts, and then it was on the what made me feel the best about it was, like, other than the post, was on the UFL's official account and the Orlando Storm's official account, my name was on there. So I'm like, it's on there. So I sent him that, and he was like, no, Lyle, you're in, man. If that's what I was looking for. If you're on the official account for the UFL and the Storm, then you got drafted, man. You got picked in the open round. That's why it's not, publicized yet. That's why they hadn't posted it on the main draft account, or on the main draft rounds, because it was the open round. And after that, the main, the head journalist guy, James Larson, and this other guy, Aiden Burke, had messaged me saying, like, congratulations and stuff. And I'm like, thank you, but, like, I didn't get a phone call yet. But even Alex and them were saying, like, no, man, just wait. Like, that's just how it goes sometimes. Just wait at least, like, the next 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, and you'll get a call from the head man or something. So what made me feel good is I got followed. The head coach followed me on Twitter, and then the offensive line coach followed me back on Instagram. So, like, that made me feel better, like, okay, now it seems a little bit more legit. And then that next day I was wrapping up at work, and Coach Beck called me, and it was a pretty quick phone call, but long enough, like, he just called to introduce himself, congratulate me. It said that he saw me at the UFL showcase, or saw that I did the UFL showcase in Arizona. He said that he was like, man, how long did you play at that school for? 47 starts is crazy. And I told him I was here for damn near 6 years. And, said that he had seen that I played in 47 games and I had to be a badass football player, so he wanted to give me an opportunity. So, and that was really it. And then from there, I obviously have gotten a bunch of emails confirming everything, where I'm going to be, where I need to be, where I'm going to go, like as far as training camp, or all that stuff, the onboarding stuff. And I've had these last 3 Zoom meetings with the offensive staff and my future teammates and my teammates. So it's definitely feeling real now, man. And like I said, next Thursday I head out there and it's time to go to work.
Time to go to work.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it.
But that's next how I found out. Yeah, next Thursday, dude. Yeah. It's crazy. It's basically tomorrow. It's gonna feel like tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's coming.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, it's happening. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, you just said a whole lot of things, right?
I know, dude. I
know. Unpack that.
It's crazy. Of course, that's how I found out I got drafted to the UFL is from these like weird not weird, but like these small social media accounts and like these. These other guys knowing on the coaching staff. So at first I'm like this is so typical. Like, you know what I mean? Like what is this? But at the same time, I was excited because I'm like, dude, if this is real, then let's go. Like, I got my shot. Like, this is what I've been working for, is to get this opportunity, and it's right here. So like I said, once I got the phone call from my head coach, it was a new best day of my life. So
How much? So now, obviously, I've been watching all throughout. Once you finish school, I've been watching you. You've been posting about your training.
Oh, I always do. Yeah. Fitz gives me crap about that. I know he does. Like, whatever. But yeah, I feel like I've always recorded my lifts and my field work to make sure I'm doing it right. Like, I've always been a guy that's had like not the best technique in the weight room. Right. Because I was super stiff. I'm still kind of stiff, but like I've made strides in that area, my game, and But I feel like nowadays when I'm posting myself doing field work, or I'm posting myself and I do something that looks really good or looks impressive, then I just post it just because I don't know, I like it. That's what all my social media is like. It's all about football and training, and then obviously pictures of Sam and my family every once in a while. So yeah, I'm always posting stuff on there.
No, I think it's fun to see, but it's also I remember thinking, man, we've not heard nothing back from you yet, man.
Yeah,
you've gone here, you've gone there, but we're not getting anything coming out of you.
Oh yeah.
But then I would worry a little bit, like
I know
I hope
you and many others. Yeah, I get like the
out.
same question from everybody for the longest time, like especially since rookie minicamp. Like if I saw somebody I knew at the gym, I'm like, I know they're going to ask me about football, like something about football.
Cringe.
A little bit, but I get it. Like, that's what I asked for at the end of the day. Like, I asked to live this life of being a football player, and that's what a lot of people know me for. So, obviously, when they see me, they're going to ask.
That's
like,
it.
And some people don't, like, it's funny because there's been people that, like, thought I was with the Raiders for, like, the season. And they're like, man, how's the season going? Or, like, how's the Raiders? I'm like, shoot. From what I see, they're not doing too hot, but I haven't been there, so... But that's just how it goes, man.
No, I've
been working though, and it's never stopped.
Yeah, and that's the key thing there, man.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that I would look into your life, because you're traveling all over the place and doing stuff, and I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But the thing that would reassure me is like I've watched you. You've gained weight.
Yeah.
You've gone up in size. Since the last time we sat down. Where were you last time when we sat down?
When we sat down, that was during the season. So I feel like you not always,
fluctuate,
but maybe if you're if you're at a Power 5 program, you stay fed really well throughout the entire year. Not that I wasn't, but when we were talking, I was probably like 295, 300. I can't exact, because like I said, during the season you're bound to lose weight, but you never want to lose too much weight, especially now at the professional level. I'm sure there's like a legit penalty to not being on weight, just like there is in college too, but it's just different. But yeah, man, I've done nothing but live in the weight room, and always, even when I'm not on the field, I'll still do field work in the gym, because you can. You might look a little funny when you're like striking the heavy bag, but you're not punching it, but you're like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you get a few looks sometimes, especially like
people don't understand.
Yeah, no, like it's funny because when I was in Vegas for like a few weeks, there's this park right by my mom's house that I've always gone to, and there's like a bunch of thick trees all around the grass. So I would like work my sets and strike the tree. Like I'd independent strike the tree or two strike the tree. And of course there's like a little kid playground right there. I'm like, I wish I could go somewhere else. Like, but you know what I mean? This is the spot. So you see like parents like, what the heck is that guy doing? Like you're like the kung fu guy in the park. But Yeah, man, I haven't stopped working, but the only thing is I haven't blocked anybody in so long, so it'll probably be weird. But like I said, once that first hit's out the way, then it's go time.
Game on.
Yeah.
I think training camp will sort that out of you, mate. No worries.
100%.
So the reason why I say like your fitness and stuff, you just look leaner and meaner. You know what I mean? Like you look like a wall that's gonna hurt.
Sam feeds me well as well, so she makes great food and it helps me stay big and strong. So
help you stay focused on what you're doing.
100%. Yeah.
Cool. So you'll be starting, you'll be running, you'll be the O line.
Yeah,
going
dude,
for
everything, man. So I think we check in on the 19th. We don't have anything until the next day. I think the next day is just a physical exam, conditioning test. Then the following day we start meetings. I'm sure we'll have meetings all day. It's not the same as normal like an NFL training camp or a college camp. Like, usually in college, like you have all of June, all of July of training. You have, then you get right into fall camp for the next 3-4 weeks, and then you're into season. Now we have like about 4 weeks, and we're right into season. So I think we'll put pads on. I think maybe the second or third day we get there. I'm sure it'll be, smart, right? It's professional football. It's not like we're going to go in there and be banging right away. But if we are, I'll be ready to go either way. I don't care what it is. So it's a little different in this league. So we'll spend a lot of time doing meetings, getting up with the installs and getting in everything we need to know. But yeah, man, it's right around the corner and we're playing football.
Where can we watch it?
Ooh, I don't know yet. It's gonna be on TV. It's either on ESPN, Fox Sports. It'll be televised. There'll be a good amount of people watching. So I'll let you know as soon as I find out for sure. I'm pretty sure it's just ESPN or Fox Sports or something.
Right. And then jumping back to talking with your new coach coming up, he mentioned
Tanner Emery's a new freshman here at SUU. He's going to be a great player one of these days.
Nice. What shirt there? Is that a Utah State shirt?
No, it's a SUU shirt.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yep. He is one of the strongest football players on the team right now. I'll make sure he hears this. Like, Tanner is a beast. He just got back from his mission. I can't remember exactly where his mission is or where he served his mission, but I met him before that when he first committed here. He came to a few practices, a few games, but he's got some of the craziest squats and power cleans I've ever seen. So he's a beast. He'll be a reason why especially all these new guys, there'll be a reason why this program will be at where it needs to be at. But continue what you're saying.
No, we'll have to bring him in. We'll have to bring him in.
Of course, yeah. He's a beast.
No, I think that like the coach touched on, man, you played 47 games.
Yeah, 47
right?
games. Played 48, started 47, yeah.
Well, there you go. So,
yeah, it's crazy.
But that shows dedication.
Yeah.
You're not hopping around for some money.
No,
you're not worried about the money.
No.
Give me the expertise. Give me the to be able to run and play. You probably could have jumped to 3 different schools.
100%.
Maybe you could have started. Maybe you would have been there, and maybe it would have been high caliber.
Yeah,
but maybe you wouldn't.
I think
have
so.
chance.
I think I could have played. I think I could have played at a bigger program for sure, and I think you can say that about a lot of guys. But I think, to me, like, the only time I ever thought about leaving SUU is when my offensive line coach left, Aaron Fernandez. Like, he's my guy. I love Coach Fernandez to death. He's been a huge part of my development as an O-lineman.
Where's he now?
He's at Northern Colorado. He's a defensive line coach at Northern Colorado under Ed Lamb. But obviously we got Coach Matt White, who's an unbelievable offensive line coach, the absolute best in the business. I think I can't see any other offensive line coaches at this level being better than him. And obviously that's biased because I don't know, but he's a great coach, does a great job at developing players. But, yeah, man, when Coach Fernandez left, I was just like, man, like, I've played, the last 2 years here at SU. I'm coming off of my first all-conference season. Like, I feel like I can play at a higher level on a consistent basis rather than just, 1 or 2 games we play against the FBS program. I think I can compete against those guys every day. And but, there was just something in me, obviously talking to Fitz and trusting that he was going to bring in a really good offensive line coach. And, I was going to be fine either way staying here. And I don't know, I just I feel like loyalty is a big thing for me. And there's been times in my life where I haven't been super loyal to, people or whatever. But not in a bad way. But I still believe loyalty is, a strong thing. And I believe in it big time, and I just wanted to stay loyal to SUU, and that's why I stayed here for as long as I did, because I love this place. I love Cedar. I love SUU. There's a lot of professors that I'm close to, like Hayden Coombs and Matt Barton, and even Art Chalice, SUU legend. And I've had a lot of, friendships here at SUU, a lot of relationships that I hold dear to my heart, and that's a big reason why I stayed. And I knew, like, everyone's thing is, like, everyone always craps on smaller schools, like, oh, you're not going to make it out of that school. It's like, that's so BS. Like, you know what I mean? I hope, like Braxton was for me, or Marquez Tucker was for me. Like, I hope I can be that light for kids like Tanner or any young freshman in that might have aspirations of playing in the NFL or the UFL or any type of football after this. I hope I can be someone they can look at and be like, you know, if Lyle did it, I can do it. Like, I would always say, like, for myself, like, you know, if Braxton can make it out of here, even though Braxton's 6'6", 320 pounds, insane athlete, like, longest arms in the draft, like, a literal unicorn, like, you know, we might not have the same measurables, but, like, if he can do it, you know, I can find a way to do it too. You know, you don't need, of course, being at a Power 5 program can help you get an opportunity at the next level a little bit more maybe, but probably a lot more. But, like, when I was at the Raiders rookie minicamp, me and one guy were the only small school guys. Everyone else, even the tryout guys, TCU, BYU, Washington, Ole Miss, I mean, there was a handful of big school guys that were just tryout guys like myself. So, like, you know, I think I did the right thing by staying here at SU. And at the end of the day, whatever happens is supposed to happen. So, yeah, being here was the right decision all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, I'll touch, like, to question towards it, I suppose. What you're basically saying in a nutshell is if you're
Harris, great professor as well. Yep. What's up, Rams fan?
I like him already.
Yeah.
So breaking it down is like, you might be at a small school. Probably the biggest thing your message is just step up harder than everybody else, right?
Yeah, you have to. You got to put it on tape every single game, and I clearly didn't do that enough. You know what I mean? You go look at you know, Braxton Jones' film or Gray Zabel, right? He's the starting left guard for the Seahawks. He's a Super Bowl champ. He's out of North Dakota State, who's now an FBS program, and I know North Dakota State's a massive football program, but, like, he's an FCS guy. You know what I mean? If you can maybe not even use him as an example. You know, Braxton, Jackson Slater, who was at Sac State for 4 or 5 years, he got drafted by the Titans, small school guy. Regardless of who they are, if you can just show on tape every single play that you play violent, that you play physical, that you have great technique, you play with great details, you're a smart player, you're a cerebral player, you do the right things, and if you can just show that on film every day, essentially, because every rep is your resume. Fernandez used to say that all the time to Braxton. Every rep is your resume. So, like, if you can just prove on a daily basis, anytime you step on a football field, whether it's practice or game day, that you belong, like, they're gonna find you. And it doesn't mean you're gonna get drafted. Doesn't mean you're gonna get signed. Doesn't mean you'll get a tryout opportunity. But, like, something will be there for you. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta show it on tape. You have to show it on tape. When they put the film on, they got to be like, damn, who's that guy? Like, he's finishing people. He's playing with great technique. He's shutting people down. So it's definitely possible to make it out of SU 100%. I don't care what anybody says. I'll fight that till the day I die. Like, you're not changing my mind.
Well, I mean, even Art touched on it. There's been quite a few people that actually 100%, come out of here
yes.
and
There's been so many.
Yeah.
Nick Miller is another one that comes to mind. So the highest draft pick, I know this for a fact. The highest draft pick was Miles Killebrew in the 4th round. I think LaShawn Sims got drafted in the 7th round. The quarterback we were talking about, I cannot remember. Brad Sorensen got drafted in the 7th round, and Braxton got drafted in the 5th round. Miles Killebrew was actually an undrafted free agent. He didn't get drafted, but he was an undrafted free agent to the Raiders. Nick Miller, I think, was an undrafted free agent to the Raiders. Isaiah Wooden, Marquez Tucker. Man, there's 9 guys right there, and if you include myself getting an opportunity, Jake Girardi, countless guys have gotten shots out of SUU. Yep.
So what would your message be to someone that's maybe a freshie coming in?
Yep.
Probably as small as you were at the time, a rookie. How light were you when you first came here?
239, my first weigh-in. 239. I don't like saying 240. 239 makes me seem smaller, but yeah, I was 239. I remember I took my official visit here in February. And I weighed in, and I was 227, 6'2", 227. I grew an inch since then, I guess. But I was 227, and I remember the strength coach, Andrew Sherrick. Shout out to Andrew Sherrick. Been a great part. Played a great role my freshman year of developing me into an O-lineman. But I remember he just, like, kind of made a face, like, or I think he had asked me, like, you play on the O-line? And he was like, you got a long way to go, and, like, just raised his eyebrows as he wrote in 227. And then I reported, and I was 239. I can't remember what he said, but Coach Fernandez was not happy with me at all. Like, I was supposed to report at 260. That's why. And I was putting weights in my pockets when I'd send in pictures of the scale. So like I was being bad, but I was light. But I guess my message would be to obviously just enjoy this as much as possible because it goes by fast. I was here for 6 years and it felt like, just like yesterday, I was a freshman walking in, going to my first team meeting. But yeah, just stay the course, run your own race. Everybody's running their own race. Don't compare yourself to other people. Obviously, compete, challenge yourself. Lift with guys that are stronger with you, or lift with guys that are stronger than you. Run next to guys that are faster than you. Be out there, be the first guy out there to practice. Get some pre-practice in, get post-practice in. Take care of your body. Do things the right way. I know this is a lot, but yeah, just have fun, enjoy the process, take it one day at a time, and find a way to get better every single day. That's all you can do. Control the controllables and put your best foot forward every day because it never ends, right? It never ends. You're always – everything you want in life is on the other side of hard. So the best way to get what you want is just to put your best foot forward and, take it one day at a time and be great.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that, man. So dig deep, huh? Dig deep.
Yeah.
Dig deep.
How long have we been doing this for?
We're almost
done.
We're
Okay,
wrap
good.
This up.
Yeah, we're digging deep in this podcast too. I love it, man.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I like
you got to
it too.
dig deep. You gotta be a competitor, and that's part of being a leader is bringing guys with you. And I think Crush Sowers, who's an offensive lineman here, shout out to Crush. He's done a really good job of that. He's now fitting into a leadership role as now he's got a few reps under his belt. That played this entire last season, so he's a strong example. Him, Parker Andrus, some guys that are going to be a reason that SU's gonna get what we deserve. So, yeah,
I'm looking forward to them turning
that
around,
man,
getting it going, lighting it up. Okay, so we're at that question, man. We're at the end of the show, sort of thing, and mate, what makes the difference?
What makes a difference? I said last time. I want to say motivation over discipline. I don't know if I said that with you or the other one with James and Dallin, but
I think it was me.
Yeah, dude, I mean, I don't want to say the same thing
discipline
twice.
Over motivation.
Yeah, discipline over motivation, because motivation's a great thing, but, like, it fades at one point. You know what I mean? Like, are you motivated, you're motivated day one of training, day one of practice, but what about day 50, day 60, day 70, day 80? Like, discipline is everything. Discipline is what, is going to take you far in life, I feel like, in any aspect of your life. That's what I'm working on, right, is to continue to be disciplined. Not having a team to work out with, not having a set schedule every single day for you. Like,
there goes your
motivation. You got to be disciplined. Yeah, you got to, And when it comes to training, like, I don't think it matters whether you train super early or in the afternoon. Like, I think it's harder, obviously, to train super early in the morning because, you got to get up when you want to be sleeping, but that's a discipline. You got to make that decision every day. Like, all right, do I want to sleep in or do I want to get to work? And if you sleep in, all right, well, you better be working crazy hard later when you start working out. But discipline over motivation, run your own race, and just and enjoy the process and embrace the hard because it's never going anywhere. Embrace the hard. That'll be the new one. That kid should play football. That's a big boy right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, embrace the hard. That'll be the new one. Embrace the hard. Yep.
Embrace the hard.
Yep.
Lyle Santos, I appreciate
Rob,
you, man. Thanks for coming in, dude.
Dude, thank you, man. I know it was hard to get this going because we're
good.
so busy, but yeah, man, I'm glad to be here. Seriously, I could talk to you all day.
Yep.
I'm excited to watch this back. Seriously, man, thank you so much, and I'm hoping to see you sometime soon. Obviously, I'll see you in a few days, but
absolutely. And then I'm definitely I'm going to hit you up, dude.
Let's go.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna come
let's
out
go.
to
Come
Texas
on.
and see you guys.
Whether it's Texas or Orlando,
We can go check
whatever.
it out, yeah.
Our first game's in Orlando, and then we'll play in Texas, I believe. I got to look at the schedule again. I've been focused on training, not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the stadium names and everything, but like, I'll be ready to go. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see you out there, man. You and the boys. And
I figured
we'll have a good time after.
we'll wait until you get comfortable with what's going on. And if we could do some
Gotta
filming
make
with you or
everything,
something like that, we'll come and check
for
it out
sure.
and show people what you've been up to.
Let's go. Let's go.
Cheers, mate. Have a great
Cheers,
one,
brother.
and
Thank
all
you
the
so
best
much,
with that, man.
dude.
That's going to be
Thank
so
you.
huge.
You're the man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, brother.
Shout out my family.